you're an executive or a manager and you're wondering how AI can benefit your business, then this video is for you. Feel free to follow along with our free demo app. Everything you see in this video can be done in the free demo. All right, now I think let's start by saying I honestly think the lowest hanging fruit, if you like, for AI in business is business planning and analytics, because AI can look at predictive analytics. It can predict things in the future, which without AI is almost impossible because there's practically an infinite number of possibilities to look at. So what we're going to look at in this video are three different ways to find that needle in the haystack, the one thing that if you solved it could double your profits overnight. All right, so the first thing we'll look at is key performance predictors. It's like a KPI or a key performance indicator, but you're using AI or machine learning to predict future states of performance. Second thing is AI alerts, where you just get the AI to identify the one thing that it thinks is most important for you to attend to. The third thing is AI chat, more precisely, a conversational user interface. All right, let's have a look. So the first thing we're going to look at is the KPIs. Now, it's important to note that we've got cross-functional KPIs here. We're covering sales, marketing, operations, and finance, which means you have that single point of entry to one version of the truth, which in some ways is the holy grail of business planning and analytics. Without AI, you have different systems. Some are looking at high-level information, others looking at very detailed information. With AI, you can group the whole thing together. So in other words, you can have one app for your entire business, which covers everything from the very top-level KPIs right through to very granular bottom-level transactions. So if we jump into one of these, they're fairly self-explanatory. Revenue profit, CSL stands for customer service level, CFI stands for cash flow impact. Let's look at cash flow impact. It's talking about inventory predominantly here. So what's the impact of our inventory on the business? Now we can see that all these arrows are pointing different ways. We've only got a few green ones, a lot of red ones. Red means bad, green means good. Arrow pointing down means it's bad and getting worse. Arrow straight across means it's bad and continuously or consistently bad. Green means it's good right now, but it's getting worse. And then there's also orange, which you'll see in other parts of the video, which is, it means it's okay, not good or bad. The thing that's important to note here is that already we can see we've got this top level finance score of 32, which we saw previously. And then the next two or three specific areas of the business that the AI is suggesting we look at relates to just red widgets, right? So there's some gadgets down here and different colored gadgets and widgets, but the red widgets seem to be an area of the business we should look at. There are medium red widgets in the south, which are performing at 0% as far as cash flow impact goes, which means there's big problems. I'll look at those in a sec. There's some small red ones in the north, but I'm interested in this one here. There's medium red in the north, which has 62%. So let's look at each one of these. Medium red widgets in the south, we have an excessive amount of inventory. We should have $1,000 worth of inventory, but we've got $76,000 worth of inventory. Hence the reason it's picking this as one of the areas where we're wasting a lot of money because we're building up all this stock that just does not need to be there. If we go back and look at the medium widgets in the north, we see a slightly different picture. Here we see that these products are at risk of going out of stock. We're at risk of losing sales. And it's because we should have $34,000 worth of stock, but we've only got $12,000 worth of stock. So in this case, the obvious solution would be to move medium red widgets from the south to the north. We've got too many in the south, not enough in the north. So that's an example of how AI, through KPIs, can help us drill down into information, different parts of the business, and very quickly go from top to bottom and identify areas of the business that need attention. If we go to a different area, let's say sales, we can look at just customers. So let's take everything off and turn customers on. And here we see KPIs just for our customers, our retail customers, education, government, consumers, and distributors. And you can see there's a lot of information here. If we actually select everything, we're now looking at the revenue, the KPI for revenue, and you can see it's going through multiple different entities within our business. And here's some of those orange arrows that I mentioned earlier. So you can see that this app has key performance indicators and predictors. If we go back to finance, look at information, we can see that it's predicting at the end of the year how much stock will we have and how does that compare to our target. In this particular case, it's saying that we're going to have $358,000 worth of stock when we should really only have $174,000. So 357 or 358 versus 174. So it is predicting for us what our position will be at the end of the year. All right, now I mentioned there were two other things we could do. So we've looked at KPIs or KPPs, key performance predictors. We're now going to look at alerts. So you can see down the bottom here, there's this exclamation mark. If we just click that, the AI is instantly showing us what areas of the business it thinks we should be looking at. Now it's looking at all different KPIs. It's cash flow impact, customer service level, profitability. So it's looking at all these different things. It's also looking at different levels. So it's looking at the entire finance function. It's looking at red colored products. It's looking at widgets, which is a brand. It's looking at South, which is a region. We can come up here and we can say, look, just show me alerts for one certain type of dimension. And it's this skull dimension, one of the ones I like. Skull stands for stock keeping unit in a location. And it's easy just to look at the examples. So we've got a stock keeping unit or is like an item or a product. So it's what's the product and what's the location it's being stored at. Now, back again, here we see these medium red widgets. In the south, we've got 0% performance, and we know that's because we've got way too much stock. In the north, we've got a customer service issue. We're at 28% customer service level. Not surprising because as we saw, there is not enough stock in the north region. So we're losing sales every month. In this particular case, we've lost 72% of our sales because there's not enough stock there. So again, we move the stock from the south to the north, it resolves that problem. And in some other videos, we'll see what impact that has on the bottom line for the whole business. But for this video, I want to get to the third one. The third one we talked about was a conversational user interface. Now, if I click on this little chat, this is the area where we get to see what it would be like to have a conversational user interface. Now, you can see that we're using Power BI to run this entire demonstration. Now, for the free demo, we haven't enabled the AI chat because it costs a bit extra, so we couldn't include that in the free demo. But we've got some other videos where if you just pay a minimal fee per month for a proper Power BI account, you can actually have a chat to the AI. And when you chat, you can ask a question like, show me risks and opportunities related to my profit by contribution. And it will have a go at showing you the kind of chart that it thinks is most appropriate for the question you've asked. And in this particular case, we're looking at a bar chart, and we can go back through a similar process as we went through before and say, well, actually, let me just look at these large excess issues. And there we have it, medium red widgets in the south again. Let's look at the threats that are large. And there we have medium red widgets in the north. And we're even finding out here that it's mostly related to our retail customers. So in this video, you've seen 3 different ways to find the needle in the haystack, all of them being helped by artificial intelligence or neural networks or basically recent tools that allow us to look at massive amounts of information and show the user just the pieces that are most important for them to resolve or attend to right now. That's the video for this particular lesson. I look forward to seeing you in other videos. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.